guys, I'm Kristen from Rage Against the Minivan.
And I'm Sarah from Whirl.
And we are recapping the latest episode of The Bachelor.
The Bachelor in New Zealand.
Juan Pablo in New Zealand.
Juan Pablo in New Zealand.
With a group of girls.
Which, can we just talk about New Zealand? Maybe possibly the prettiest place I've ever seen in my life. I got to get myself to New Zealand.
It is really beautiful. No.
I want to go.
I do too. It's far.
It's far.
Yeah, it's really far.
But I mean,
it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. Did I mention that it was beautiful?
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful. Okay, so I knew this was going to be a good Bachelor because since we're on the West Coast. My mom is in Oklahoma. So while I was cooking dinner for my kids yesterday, she was already watching it.
And your mom watches The Bachelor?
Totally. Hi, Mom. And she watches these too.
That's amazing.
What's
I
love it. So I get this text yesterday at 6:37 p.m. Way too much kissing on The Bachelor. Have they all been like this and I have forgotten? And my answer to you, Linda, is yes. They're always like this, but you're so traumatized by it, you choose to block it after the season and then you watch it again.
Okay, I agree with your mom. I actually think there is more kissing, and here's why.
Okay.
I think he's such a bad conversationalist.
Oh my God, that's so true.
That I think anytime there's a moment of silence, he just kisses them. Like, there was a point last night where I was just like, he really doesn't know how to talk to them.
Well, yeah, and he doesn't understand how the things they're saying. And, and he's a shitty conversationalist.
Both. It's both.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like the language barrier, but then I also think he's just, truly, I think he just doesn't give a shit about what they think or feel. He never checks in with them. He never says, how was your day? No. But I've also never heard him ask a question like, do you have siblings? What are your parents like?
Oh, yeah.
Where do you want to live? What are your hopes and dreams?
No.
And it's like he's got this limited amount of time with these girls. You would think he would want to get to really know them on an intimate level, and he's just kissing them. Yeah. Because I think that's all that's up there.
I think all he's doing is kissing them and making that strange noise. And he's like,
what is that?
I cannot take it.
No.
Like if they say something sassy or saucy, he's like, So kissing and okay, so let's get into this.
All right.
Okay, so
what did we start with?
Well, first we have Andy's date.
Yes.
So there's 8 girls left. Andy gets chosen. Claire is like shooting daggers out of her eyes when she finds out Andy's got the date. Which, Claire, why did you think it was going to be you?
And Andy did not have one.
She hadn't even had one. So, but she was just like,
I know.
I mean, I thought she was going to like implode. So they,
well, they go on yet again a date where she has to put her trust in him and he wants to see if she trusts him. What is up with this shtick? It's dumb.
It's so dumb. And I really thought that she had a really sexy swimsuit on with like the plunging in the front and the cut up in the butt. And that was really cute. But I'm telling you right now, they must have done some serious editing because when they were going through all that business, and there's no way her boob did not pop out of that.
She had.
There is no way unless maybe they used the tape. See, I really wonder about the really important things here.
I used to lifeguard at a water park, and I'm just telling you that boob would have been out.
That boob was out.
Yeah.
Okay, can we for a second talk about just going through that murky, weird cave-like thing? Okay. I was so uncomfortable watching that.
I know.
I mean, cold?
Yes.
Creepy?
It sounded horrible.
Claustrophobic. Like the oh my God. And they're just like smashed up against that stuff. And it's like mossy.
Oh, I would have.
And it's freezing.
I don't even want to think about what it felt like on the feet.
Oh my God.
I mean, what's going on down there?
What's down there? Like the Loch Ness Monster?
Probably moss and slime.
It was there were points where they could barely navigate through that.
But Sarah, he needed to know that she could trust him.
Right.
Because is that so sexist? Like,
I know.
Is he making sure that it's reciprocal, or he just needs to be the man and they trust him?
I don't know, but that place was creepy. It creeped me out. Oh, and on the boat, did you notice that the boat driver had a life preserver on?
No.
He didn't. No. It was so funny to come on. They're going like 95 miles per hour on the speedboat, and everybody else is like decked out in the life preserver, and they're just like cuddling in the back.
Well, because it's all about how it looks.
But I'm so glad they
hell no, we're not having a life vest.
I'm so glad they didn't fly out of there to their death. Oh my God, just to look good. Okay, so they go on the date. They find the hot fountain of love and kiss for a very long time underneath the whatchamacallit. And what did they have dinner afterwards? Oh, the geyser goes off and ruins their dinner.
Oh, that's right.
And they're all soaking wet. But then they leave and they're all making out, and it was too much dampness, too much cold and dampness.
Yes, I agree.
Like I was just like, she's gotta be so freaking cold.
Well,
her hair's wet.
While New Zealand was beautiful, I do kind of feel like it seemed really wet and damp and cold and windy, because then on the group date, remember when they were sitting on the blanket, they were just like being wind blown everywhere and they were clearly freezing.
Yeah, so let's talk about the group date. Okay, let's talk about what is up with New Zealand in bathing suits. It's freezing there, like you said, windy, cold, damp. And once again, let's put them in some swimsuits in the big plastic, whatever you call it, clear balls.
And there is no reason they need to be in swimsuits, right?
Right. Because I guess it fills with a little bit of water. They were kind of like splashing in the water. But my whole thing is, can they think of anything else? It's cold there. Who wants to be in their bathing suit? But both dates so far have included bathing suits in the cold.
The Bachelor. It's a parade of bathing suits. Oh my
god! I mean, they all were like, they had like red noses. You could tell
that was horrible.
You could see like steam coming out of their mouths, and they're like in their little bikinis.
Yeah, that whole date was just ridiculously awkward.
In Hobbiton?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's just so funny how they make him like geek out over it. Although we really saw how much of a geek Charlene was, because she was like, Hobbiton is fucking cool.
Yeah. She is the geek. She's a drama nerd.
I was kind of like, well, it kind of is cool a little bit. I know. I'm like, I thought it was kind of cool, but yeah, I'm sure those girls were like, what is the Hobbit? I mean,
but once again, it was raining out, and he kept taking the girls outside to talk with them. And poor Nikki's hair. I mean, as a frizzy girl myself, I'm watching her hair grow by the episode. I'm like, oh man, she's so bummed right now.
Oh my god, it was. That is not, New Zealand is not good for hair.
No.
Well, I mean, the wind.
It just seemed like the wrong season to be in New Zealand, perhaps.
Perhaps.
But he kissed every girl on that date.
Except for Cassandra, which was her birthday.
Which he didn't even know, right? Did he ever find that out? I don't think he did, but that's the thing, because he doesn't care. He's not asking any questions.
He doesn't care.
That was so awkward that she got sent home on her birthday.
On her birthday, no rose, no kiss, and sent home on her birthday. Like, could you be any more of an a-hole?
And why did he even take her to New Zealand? That's so freaking far.
I know. And
I'm going to take you like on a 12-hour flight. Yeah. And then you can go home.
Yeah, that was so stupid. And then Charlene. I mean, okay, surprise, surprise. You know what? Charlene.
What?
She was questioning her feelings.
Oh, I know.
I mean, really? She was? Yeah. Oh, you're questioning your feelings, Charlene? I didn't know that you were questioning your feelings. You say this every single episode. I am so over you questioning your feelings. Go home.
Okay, this is what I decided in this show.
What?
I actually think Claire is the best for him. She's not my favorite.
No, I do not. Yes.
But I really don't think that a smart girl can hang with him very long.
No. And she loves
not that I think she's stupid, but yeah, she's very... You can tell she's very into image and appearances, and he is too, and they're matched on that. And I think she'll just look at his abs and be like, it's all cool. Where other girls would just be like, dude.
Yeah. So they're probably good for it. And also, so was that all the...
That was all the group date, I think.
Except for when Cassandra left. They that song they played. It was like an actual lyrical, like it was like mystic.
Yes.
It was the weirdest.
It was super weird.
Song. Mystic, cosmic, was
it like a Hobbit song?
It was
Maybe it was from the movie. I don't know.
Okay, done with that group date, whatever. Cassandra goes home. She's sad, but be happy, girlfriend. You just like narrowly escaped a really bad sitch, okay? So. Well, surprise, surprise, Claire gets the final one-on-one date.
And there's tension because of the way that he blamed her for their makeout sesh. Which, okay, after we did our video last week, there was a lot of back and forth about, did he have sex with her? Did they just make out?
Right.
But when they were talking, it sounded like they just made out.
They just made out. You can't have sex in that ocean.
Nobody can do, come on.
No one can have sex in that ocean. Did you see those waves? What? No. And like we said in the last episode, if they would have had sex, the producers would have jumped on that, and they would have at least made the noises. They're really big on the noises. So, yeah, whatever.
So it seemed like he was bothered by the 4 a.m. aspect. I guess.
Right.
But this guy is killing me with like I'm a dad and you don't understand what it's like to date a dad. And then every time he sees Renee, you're a mom. It's like, can we not just be people? When we have children, we cross over some threshold that changes every aspect of our being. Like, he's so weird.
I know.
His views are odd.
He's so weird, but I think you're right that he and Claire totally are perfect for each other. They just, I mean, okay, so once
they have chemistry.
They have chemistry.
They
Did you notice that? So they have the big talk out in the field, right?
Yeah.
Where he
they're sitting on rocks.
apologizes, although I don't really think he apologized. Maybe I was sleeping at that point, but
he said something like, "I'm gonna learn from you, and you're gonna learn from me." And I feel like the subtext was like, "And you learned from me."
Yeah, exactly. But she says at the end, and he said he was sorry or he apologized, whatever. Okay,
she's hearing what she wants to hear.
Yeah, hear what you want to hear. So then, when they go back to that place, is that his apartment they go back to?
I know, yeah.
Because he takes her to his apartment every time.
I know.
Nobody else goes to the apartment.
No.
And not only that, he's like, let's get cash and put on my hammer pants.
So to clarify, swimming in the ocean and making out, totally inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Putting her in your sweats in your apartment and making out.
Fine.
Okay.
Totally fine. Totally fine.
It's okay because you have a kid. That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It wasn't 4 a.m. Okay, it wasn't 4 a.m. It was probably like 11 p.m. So it's fine that you do that and everything's good. Do you notice every time they kiss, when she's done kissing, she like keeps her lips pursed? Okay, she's like, they kiss and she's like,
noticed that.
Watch, next time
she does a duck face.
After they're done, like he like pulls away and she's like,
she kind of does duck face all the time.
Yeah, she does it when she like fixes her hair.
Yes.
And like that top lip just does that. Okay,
she's a beautiful girl, but she's spending a lot of time on it.
No,
she's got the veneers. She's got the.
Oh, I mean, she's a hairstylist.
Perfect nose job. She's got the whole thing.
She's got the whole thing going on, which I'm sure is perfect for him. So anyway, she puts on the sweatpants. Oh my God, he thinks she is so hot in those pants. And then they get up and they dance to a song. Oh, I love the song, which was the song from their first date, maybe or something. There was some sort of tie-in.
As if he picked it. Of course, the producer put it on.
Oh my God.
These girls are gonna be so disappointed when they get in real life and realize he did none of this.
He did none of this.
Yeah, he's not thoughtful.
It reminds me, that brings me back to the very first when they're talking to Renee, and Renee's like, Juan Pablo just has so much to offer. And I was like, are you kidding me? I think of Renee as a pretty intelligent woman who's worldly, you know, she's been, and I'm like, do you really think he has a lot to offer? I mean, by what observation are you coming to this conclusion?
Money and hotness.
Because they get to go to New Zealand, and which is not on his dime. And
okay, here's another thing that's bothering me. They're constantly, every parent on the show is talking about what a great father or mother everyone is. He's always telling the mothers, "You're such a great mom." They're always saying to him or saying about him, "He's such a great dad." How do you know?
How do you know? You don't know anything because you Skype with her. I know.
I mean, come on, like
it's just really.
You've never seen them interact with their children. You have no idea.
No idea. Okay, so then that's over. They love each other again. Everything's great. I'm hoping they do end up together because they deserve each other. And so then we go to the rose ceremony. It's basically down between, everyone knows, between Chelsea and Kat.
Yes.
Kat opens up to him again about her dad issues.
Which was so awkward.
It was so awkward. I'm like, why are you telling him this right now? And then, of course, she gets, like, dissed and doesn't get the rose. And then she cries on the way home saying, I mean, people tell me all the time I'm such an amazing catch, an amazing person, yet this, as they drive away and they play another really weird song. And I'm just like, yeah, no. And so the thing is, next week we know Chelsea's going to go. Yeah. I mean, it's obvious.
Obviously.
So something, but next week, Charlene, you know what she's doing, you guys? She's questioning her feelings. I know that sounds crazy. She's questioning those feelings, and you know what? I think she wants to go home.
But that's just going to make him like her more.
Well, and she knows that.
He wants the chase.
He wants the chase, and she knows that. And I think I have to go home. I just don't know.
Plus, I think she's the girl who's just like, I'm going to dump you first. You know?
She is so overly dramatic.
Yeah.
She is just drama personified. So it's going to be good. So maybe Chelsea will go, and then.
But again, my stock in Juan Pablo, because when she tried to talk to him about her feelings, he was like, don't feel that way, and just kissed her. Like, don't feel that way. Let me invalidate your feelings. And then later, when he was talking with Claire, he was like, can you please not cry because of me again?
I think that he's kind of taking a tip from Elsa on Frozen. Conceal, don't feel,
Seriously.
don't let it show, girls.
And no one else let it show. Seriously.
I know.
Oh, that guy.
We're over this, but of course, waiting impatiently for next week. So let us know what you thought about this episode.